Hey guys, welcome to lesson 5. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to integrate Google Analytics with your Google AdWords account. So first of all, before I show you how to integrate them, I want to tell you why Analytics is such a great option for working with AdWords. And I also wanted to explain a few things about using it for landing pages and websites and things like that. And most landing page builders will actually have analytics built in, like Instapage and Unbounce. A lot of them have some kind of analytics that are built into it, not Google Analytics. But I still like to use Google Analytics on top of that. So above and beyond any traditional standard built-in analytics function that your landing page builders will have, I want you to use it on top of that. Because the analytics or the reporting or anything that's built in natively to whatever you're using to build your web page or landing page with is not typically, I've not found that it will integrate with Google AdWords. So that's one of the reasons that I encourage you to use Google Analytics specifically, no matter what other analytics tool you have installed. So especially this is true if you're ever going to be running traffic from more than one source. So a lot of times you're running traffic from Facebook, you're running traffic from other types of social media, you're running traffic, you've got organic, you've just got all these different traffic sources, and you'll want to be able to see clearly what traffic source is producing which results. So analytics is just really critical. I think it's just a baseline fundamental that I'd recommend for any advertisers, especially if you're going to be using AdWords along with other types of platforms. So why should we link Google AdWords to Google Analytics? First of all, it's very robust and it's very reliable, so it's going to give you a lot of good data. It's going to give you extra data that you don't get to see in AdWords. And obviously it has this native integration with Google AdWords, so that's a huge bonus. But basically you can see ad level data and site performance data in the AdWords reports within Analytics. So you can go into Google Analytics and see AdWords reporting right inside the Analytics interface. So that's a really cool feature. And you can also import Google Analytics goals and e-commerce transactions, as I've showed you guys in the past lessons. You can import all of that right into your AdWords account, so that's another amazing benefit. And then you can import analytics metrics like bounce rate or average session duration or how many pages per session. You can import those types of metrics from your analytics account into your AdWords account. So there's a lot of back and forth going on, and you can do AdWords remarketing with the Analytics remarketing tool. So you can enable remarketing through Analytics, which will populate audiences within your AdWords account that you can then use to advertise to. So that's a powerful feature, and there's lots of rich data that you can get in the Analytics multi-channel funnels reports. So like I said before, I'm not covering Analytics in this particular course, but I will be offering that in the future. But if you are familiar with Google Analytics, and I encourage you to learn as much as you can about it, you will find that this linking between AdWords and Analytics is really, really powerful. So now I'm just going to show you real quick how to make sure your AdWords account is properly linked to your Analytics account. And Analytics provides a linking wizard that makes it really, really easy to link these together. And you can link to multiple views of your Analytics property. So if you have multiple Analytics properties, then you'll want to link to your AdWords account and complete this linking process for each of those properties. You do have to do it separately. So the first step is just to sign in to your Google Analytics account. And like I showed you in one of the previous lessons, you can open Analytics directly from within your AdWords account. So if you go under Tools and under the old platform or the new platform of AdWords, you can access this both ways. Then go to Tools and then select Analytics, and then it'll take you into your Analytics dashboard. And then you're going to go to the admin and select the property that you want to link. So in the property column, then you're going to click AdWords linking. From there, you're just going to add a new link group, and it will populate the AdWords accounts that you have associated with wherever you're logged in. So if you're logged in under a specific email address at the time to your analytics account, you have to have access to the AdWords account that you want to link under the same email address. So I hope that makes sense. But if you don't have access with both accounts to that same email address, it won't work. It won't show you the AdWords accounts that are available. So make sure that email has access on both types of accounts, and then it will show up for you. So if it's not showing up, that's probably the problem. Once you select the correct AdWords account, then just click continue. Now, if you have an AdWords manager account, so if you have an MCC, you're going to need to select the account, and then it'll show all of its child accounts underneath, and then you can select from there. You can select only specific managed accounts and that type of thing. But then turn the linking on for each view in the property that you want to have that AdWords data going back and forth on. Don't forget that step, because you do have to turn the link on at the view level under the property. Then you can also turn on, there's an option in there, like I said, it's completely optional, but you can enable Google Display Network impression reporting in there, so you can include that kind of data in each view. But most of you guys have probably already enabled auto tagging in your AdWords account, but if not, make sure that auto tagging is enabled for your AdWords accounts. That'll allow all the most, detailed data to pass back and forth automatically, and you don't have to add any kind of parameters to your URLs. It will auto tag all your URLs for you, which is an amazing feature. And it'll do that when you do the linking process automatically. So make sure you have that enabled. And if you want to manually tag your AdWords links, then you're going to need to turn off that auto tagging if for some reason you want to do it manually. But I suggest just leaving on the auto tagging, because that's a really nice feature. And then the last step is just to click on the link accounts button, and you're all done. So once you complete all of those steps, then your accounts are now linked. And if you opted to use that auto tagging feature, which like I said, I highly recommend, Analytics will start automatically associating all your AdWords data with any clicks that come through on your site. So that's it. So I'm going to show you a quick screenshot here so you can just see exactly where I was referencing to get to that in the Analytics account. So it's very straightforward, but it's a step that I highly recommend that you do before you turn on your campaigns. All right, there are some other options out there besides Google Analytics, and I just wanted to mention a few of them. However, typically what we will do is we'll use Google Analytics as a base, and then there are other analytics, third-party tools that we'll use on top of Google Analytics. So here are some fun ones that I just wanted to throw out there. Heap Analytics is really making a wave in the space. They have more tracking options that are just installed like right out of the box. So it's less setup to configure things like custom events and things like that, because in Google Analytics, when you install that base tracking code, there's a lot of things that aren't necessarily being tracked because you have to go in and manually configure them. And with Heap Analytics, it's really awesome because it has a whole bunch of stuff configured right out of the box, so you don't have to go back in and manually track it all. So that one's a really nice one. Also, I suggest Mixpanel for if you have a mobile app or anything like App Analytics mobile. If you have a mobile focus, Mixpanel is really great. And then Hotjar is another one that's really cool. It's just one script and it has a lot of features from other types of tools. So I encourage you to go and check those out and explore those. They most of them do have paid plans and things like that, which obviously you guys know Google Analytics is free, And so it's a great base option, but just do explore some of these if you're interested in just a more robust analytics tool. All right. So just to kind of wrap up here what we've gone over in this module, we've talked about a lot of different conversion tracking options. But at a bare minimum, here's what I'm going to tell you. You need to be tracking phone calls with call extensions, call-only ads, and probably at least a Google Voice number, because all of those are free options. And you need to be tracking, at the very least, form submissions with a tracking code on your confirmation page. So for most of you all that are just getting started and you're just wanting to get up and running with one search campaign or maybe a few search campaigns, and you just want to have good conversion tracking in place, but maybe you're not ready to do all these advanced tracking methods, I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed. I want you to start with these two basic forms of conversion tracking, and you're going to get great data from this. Once you get comfortable with these types of conversion tracking options, then you can graduate up and work on the more advanced tracking methods. But if you guys can get this in place, you're going to be good to go, and you can go ahead and turn on those search campaigns. All right, so I will see you guys in Module 3, and please reach out in the group. I'm here to help you with anything you need help with. See you guys soon.